Hare Hare. Welcome back for continuation of second session of Bhakti Vaibhava. So we'll continue our discussion from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 21st chapter, sloka number 23rd onwards. Third. 22, okay, 22. 22 23. इत्यव्यलीकं प्रणुतोऽब्जनाभः तमावभाषे वचसामृतेन सुपर्ण पक्षोपरि रोचमानः प्रेम स्मितोत्क्लीक्षण विभ्रम अद्ब्रूः विभ्रमद्ब्रूः. This is over actually. Lord he started replying to now Kardamuni. What Lord is saying in response to Kardamuni's prayers will be seen here. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Viditva Tava Chaityam Me Pureva Samayojita Yadartamatma Niyamai Tvayvaham Samachita. I'll be reading. The Supreme Lord said, having come to know what was in your mind, I have already arranged for that for which you have worshipped me well through your mental and sensory discipline. Okay? जिसके लिए आप इतना तपस्या किए हैं उसका व्यवस्था तो मैं पहले ही करके इधर आने के पहले करके आया. चिंता मत करो, चिंता मत करो, जो मिलना है वो मिलना चाहिए, वो मिल जाएगा. द सुप्रीम पर्सनल ऑफ गॉड हेड. अभी से हम लोग रफ्तार से चलेंगे थोड़ा, क्योंकि अभी ज्यादा डिस्कशन नहीं है, तो हम चैप्टर फिनिश करके नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में पैर रखना है. The Supreme Personality of Godhead in His Paramatma feature is situated in everyone's heart. He knows, therefore, the past, present, and future of every individual person as well as his desires, activities, and everything about him. He is stated in Bhagavad Gita that he is seated in the heart as a witness. The Personality of Godhead knew the heart's desire of karma. This Lord, being Paramatma, what we are desiring, everything He knows. Next. Navai chatum rushaivasya Prajajakshamadharhanam Bhavatmanam. The Lord continued, my dear Rishi, O leader of living entities, for those who serve me in devotion by worshipping me, especially persons like you, we have given up everything unto me. There is never any question of frustration. So Lord is assuring, if anyone approach to the Lord with any kind of desires, Lord will not make them unhappy actually. Whatever they want, He gives. Prajapate sutas tambraan munir vikhyata mangalaha Brahmavartam yodivasan shasti saptarnavam mahi. Now, Lord is giving the full details. Who is going to come and give girl to him? So there is a king. He is emperor actually, not a king. The emperor Svayambhuva Manu, the son of Lord Brahma. That means his brother only. Kardama's brother only, na? Yes. Till the prajapatis, we don't have any manusya dharma. Manusya dharma is descendant for the descendants of Manu. Manava dharma for them. Now these are all not Manava. Kardama is a manusya, human being. Kardama is Prajapati. He is not human being. Prajapatis are even superior to Devatas. Where prajapatis reside? In the higher planets. Janaloka and Tapolokas. They are very powerful. But they come to the earth also. But this, they are higher species. Because in the Brahmaji's creation, what we have seen, Devatas we have seen, Asuras we have seen, Yakshas we have seen, Rakshasas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas in the 20th chapter. Their Prajapati's Srishti also is there separately. And humans also there. That means what? Prajapatis are different, humans are different. So, Svayambhuva Manu, the son of Lord Brahma, who is well known for his righteous acts, has his seat in Brahmavarta and rules over the earth with its 7 oceans. This Brahmavarta is a place in Brahmaloka where Svayambhuva rules. He stays there, but ruling is done for the whole earth. There are many places on the surface of this earth which are also known in the higher planet systems. We have, it means they are having the different places. They have there also some resort, and here also, like Indra also is having several places. Brahma is also having several places. Even Sumeru also sits. They have so many extension centers. Okay, one main center and so many extension centers, and they reside in different places. Okay, next. साचेह विप्रराजर्षिर्महिष्या शतरूपया आयास्यते दिदृक्षुस्त्वां परश्वो धर्मकोविदः अद्यः श्वः परश्वः श्वः means tomorrow, parashwaha means day after tomorrow who is coming, the day after tomorrow, O Brahmana, that celebrated emperor who is expert in religious activities will come here with his queen Shatrupa, wishing to see you. Acha. Atmajamati Atmajamasitam pa asitapangim vayashila gunanvitam mrugayantim patim dasya janurupayate prabhu. He has a grown up daughter whose eyes are black. She is ready for marriage and she has good character and all good quality. She is also searching for a good husband. My dear sir, her parents will come to see you, who are exactly suitable for her, just to deliver their daughter as your wife. भगवान ही बीच में ये बन गई मैरिज ब्रोकर के गए. So purport is important purport. The selection of good husband for a good girl was always entrusted to the parents. Here it is clearly stated that Manu and his wife were coming to see Kardamuni to offer their daughter because the daughter was well qualified and parents were searching out a similar qualified man. This is the duty of parents. Girls are never thrown into the public street to search out their husband. For when girls are grown up and are searching after a boy, they forgot to consider whether the boy they select is actually suitable for them. Out of urge of sex desire, a girl may accept anyone. But if the husband is chosen by parents, they can consider who is to be selected and who is not. So that's why love marriages are good or the arranged marriages? Arranged. Huh? Both are good. Both are bad. Okay. Both are bad. Yeah, this is also true. If a girl is just allowed, and nowadays what they are doing, they are not taking the responsibility of selecting their son-in-law actually for good suitable husband for her, for their daughter. They are asking just to go and search yourself. They are giving freedom of that. Because of that, out of just a sense gratification, they will select. So nowadays they are doing dating. Yes. Then after that dating, so just whoever Within in the dating period, how he will come to know? Just he is full of senses are full of aggressive. Just he is feeding nicely, he is just taking you in a car and just he is making you to trips and here and there, giving you just by seeing this and then she think that, oh, so much love he has. And she commits then after that, so many problems. So that's it. But in the Vedic systems, it's not like that. Parents, they used to see the boys at least to 5, 6 generations. What his father is doing, his father's father, father's father's father, and relatives, and all the family members, village, whether they have any police case or whether they have any bad habits and they have any debts, and their grandfathers also are they good or not. So much they used to check actually. After considering all the factors, then they used to give their girl to the boy. So by this, what will happen? Even the boys also they will become very strict from the beginning. If I do any bad thing, then I will not get a girl. So that's why they will not go for drinking, smoking, and also police case. If you get one time police case and if you are kept in a police station, then you will not get a girl. In our villages, it's like that. They think that, oh, these people are very bad people. Why they are going to the police station? That means bad people. So once the mark is there, then it's very difficult to get a good girl. So that's out of fear also, out of social fear. So they were restricted actually, controlled. Now nothing like that. Now parents are not given any chance. Girls are they going themselves and finding. Then boys also. So they are not at all checking their background. There is no background checking. Even the companies they are going for background checking. But now girls they don't have any background check. And simply just out of the temptation actually of the senses they are opting. And then after that, so easily also they are leaving also. Nowadays, coming together and living becoming so easy because they are having the habit of living co-living. Co-living is there? Huh? Co-living is there? Co-living hostels are there? Huh? So many, I think. It may come into the universities also. Co-living hostels, you don't know? In Hyderabad, so much. It's famous. In Hyderabad and Bangalore. And 2 boys, 3 girls are staying together in one flat. And are sometimes with 3 boys and 2 girls, or 2 boys, 2 girls, one boy, one girl. And they are saying, now the logic, the logic is if I stay with these boys, then I can have protection. How? Because otherwise, other boys may give problem, but this boy is very nice. That's why I will stay together. Like this, co-living hostels, many, many are there now. Especially co-living hostel, it is written like that. So because of this, what is happening? They are free mixing. Senses are very powerful in a young age, and they are coming together. Then what? So then that's why because of this co-living nature, it's already habituated. So it's take it easy actually. Now after marriage, also a few years they stay together. Then once is no interest, then go away. Divorce rate is increasing because of girl and boy. They are given freedom to choose their own. So this is not correct actually because so then every boy whatever I do, nobody is going to check. Then he can be any extent he can go and degrade. According to the Vedic system, therefore, girl is given over to a suitable boy by parents. She is never allowed to select her own husband independently. So that's why this is the completely the as much as society falls down, that means their spiritual their living standards are going down. Then what will happen is their consciousness is full of rajas and tamas. So such a weak family system is there, and if they come together, and if even if they get interest for the devotion, there will be so many problems they will bring to you. My wife is not listening, this, that, and I'm not able to chant this problem, that problem. They're simply wasting our time. Because of a degraded culture, it's very difficult to practice spiritual life. Then thousands problems. Because of the degraded food, we have so many problems are not in the brahmacharya ashrams. Because of degraded food, because it's a chemical food and it's not hygienic food, and oil is completely corrupted. Whatever we are eating oil, that is not at all oil. That's already polluted oil. How the degraded food is disturbing our devotional service, degraded culture of the society also will disturb. All these parameters, why we have to take care of all this? Because still we are in the conditioned state. We are not here actually. If we are here, then we don't care when if we get food or not, we will not stop doing chanting. But we are not in that state. We are not fully surrendered. We are not out of the upadis. So that's why in this situation, then we have to take care of the some measures which are favorable to the devotion, like good food, good environment, good culture, good water. If there is no good water, also there is a problem. There is no proper digestion. There is no good water. So now water is getting polluted, air is getting polluted. Because of the air is not pure, then your senses will not be clean. Your mind will not be clean. Even the air pollution also will be disturbing mind. Its connection is there. Polluted prana. Prana is pure and strong, then so mind also clean and senses will be clean. Huh? So because we are preaching, we are sacrificing our life. So out of the so many things, because we are surrendered to the law. So, but what about the families? For us, it's okay because we already left everything. जिंदा रहेगा तो रहेगा नहीं तो मरेंगे क्या करेंगे है ना ये तो मिशनरी से हम लोगों को कोई समस्या नहीं तो लेकिन गृहस्थ के लिए तो दिक्कत होगा इट्स डिफिकल्ट फॉर देम so much congregation is there they has to be properly guided they should be kept in a proper place but missionaries they may die no problem like in the army also the front end team they will finish they will never care for their life we should not care for so many things but still if it is disturbing means we should try to overcome through strong faith in Krishna. But what about the Grihasthas? They don't have faith already, they said, na. By going for marriage, they said, I have some like Kardamuni. I have my own reservations. I am not able to follow my brother, Narada. So similarly, many are there. Then what about? They have to be properly settled. That's why it's very important to have a clean environment. We should have our own pure food. We should have our own pure air. We should have our own pure water. And we should have our own education system. We should have our own culture, which is conducive to the bhakti. Such a community should come also. We should envision, as we are all the leaders, you are all young leaders, so we should envision in future, you should create such a setup for the our community people and we should revive the society. We should not try to adjust the miserable falling and like one you are traveling in a boat which is going to sink and you are thinking that it's about to sink also still we are not waking up means it's our problem then. It's a falling, it's a falling plane actually. The present society is falling in all the ways. There is economical crisis, food crisis, energy crisis. Everything is polluted. Pure water crisis. All the crises are there in that crisis system. You want to do 24 hours bhakti. Because of this, you are being disturbed in all the ways. Our devotees, whom we are making devotees, so they are all being in this system. They are disturbed by all these things. They are not able to progress. Then what is our solution for them? So that's why Prabhupada wanted a separate independent communities. Now the economy is falling because of this so much real estate business and it's artificially. Without working hard, they are getting the lakhs of money overnight. This is a symptom of unstable economy. Crore prati actually within few years, 1 year, 2 years, it will be crore prati. What is this? It's a false economy actually. So if their economy is an unstable boat, our man is sitting and he is also shaking and he is shouting for help. Make me stable. Then what is our solution? So they have to be in peaceful, stable. They should produce their clean and neat food and have their own proper education system. Now we are seeing many devotees they claim, oh my boys and my I want to make my son devotee and my daughter devotee, but they are going to the school and they are learning all the nonsense. So then and my health is getting degraded by eating all this. Because of the air pollution, I am not able to do. My eyes are burning and I am not able to read books. Then what this? What is the solution? Then these are all increasing. It's not the stable. It's the day by day problems are increasing. Then what is our reaction for that? Of course, we say holy name is going to take care of everything. But that is for whom? That is for these people who are fully surrendered. but still you want to surrender, but not able to surrender. What about for them? Can you say holy name will going to take care of everything? But they are saying that I am not having such a faith. I am not able to just dependent on Krishna and chant Hare Krishna every time, 24 hours. I am not in this position. I want to take care of my children. I want to take care of my family. I want to take care of my relatives, my parents. Then what is the solution? You say simply chant on Hare Krishna. Will you force them? No, you cannot force actually. Kardamuni is forced by Lord. No. So that's why Prabhupada wanted a proper communities. We should. That's why as much as possible, all of people you should try to take the land, at least to set an example in future. But Grihasthas also we are not going to purchase land and we make everything and they will come and sit. No. So they has to learn from us. So how to live in a simple life using the Varnashrama college. That's the Prabhupada, right? You go and give a search in our Vedic Veda folio. In folio, Varnashrama college. So many times Prabhupada is saying, through Varnashrama college, train these people in the simple living and make them to settle in a stable place and let them chant Hare Krishna and practice devotion. Initially, it is difficult, but once you are able to make such a proper environment, then all everyday problem they are complaining us, they are asking us to counsel, and so many thousand problems they are bringing. So one time solution is so keeping them in a proper place with the stable and easy life. The purpose of having Daivarnasham is not to just so-called creating the social differences. No, the purpose of Daivarnasham is making them to fit to surrender fully to the Krishna and making them free from the so many demonic society actually, where so many problems every day increasing. Such an unstable system, they should be taken out from that. So then what will happen by such a societies? It will be a mass preaching actually by seeing such a one successful society. But without training, if you take and if you just open some land and some farm and everyone come and then so few days staying there, no use. There should be proper systematic training, Varnashrama college. To start Varnashrama college also, you need to have Varnashrama teachers, college teachers. To create teachers, that's why Varnashrama research teams, people are encouraged to learn in the some specific areas. I will discuss some point of time how to do practically. Okay, next. Samahitam te hrudayam yatre man parivatsaran satvam brahman kripavado kamamasho bhajishyati. That princess or holy sage will be just the type you have been thinking of in your heart for all these long years. ये सपना देख रहे हैं कि मेरे पत्नी ऐसा होना चाहिए. She will soon be yours and will serve you to your heart's content. दिल में जैसा सेवा आप चाह रहे हैं वैसा सेवा मिल जाएगा. वो भी योगिनी है, आप तो योगी हैं. वो भी योग लक्षणे युक्तायाम तस्याम कतिदा वीर्यम तसच्च. We have seen previously. The Lord awards all benedictions according to the heart's desire of a devotee. So the Lord informed Kardamuni, the girl who is coming to be married with you is a princess, the daughter of Emperor Svayambhuva, and so just suitable for your purpose. Only by God's grace can one get a nice wife just as he is. Note this point. बिना भगवान की शरण माने भगवान की एप्लीकेशन ना रख के कोई गर्ल को सेलेक्ट किया, उनको तो कोई गारंटी नहीं. Similarly, it is only by God's grace that a girl gets a husband suitable to her heart. बहुत अच्छा है, ये भी लिखिए दोनों. Thus, it is said that if we pray to the Supreme Lord in every transaction of our material existence, everything will be done very nicely and just suitable to our heart's desire. In other words, in all circumstances, we must take shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead, dependent completely. Completely माने completely, हाँ? No exception. माने वो adjectives बहुत powerful रहते हैं. Constant, fully, completely, strong. These adjectives are very important. Man proposes, God disposes. The fulfillment of desires, therefore, should be entrusted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the nicest solution. Okay. Hmm. We have evidences from history of the Vedic age that Sukracharya offered his daughter to Maharaj Yayati, but the king refused to marry a daughter of Brahman, only with the special permission of the Brahman. Actually, Brahmana can marry a Kshatriya, but Kshatriya cannot marry Brahmana. But there, in the case of Yayati, he married so Brahmana girl. That is a different story. She was naked and she was saved by Yayati. And she is aggressive also, Devayana. Quite aggressive. From the beginning is like that. Kacha also when she came actually, that's he was seeing her as a just a guru's daughter means as a sister. And but she loved him and she forced him. And since he rejected and she cursed him. And now next incident is they fighting between Sarmishta and Devayani. And anyway, Sarmishta along with her dasis threw away in a well and she went out. naked, naked girl. So Yayati saved, but Devayani forced him to marry actually. Yayati. You have to marry because you have given left hand to me. He took the left hand of girl. If you catch, then she will be your wife already. Don't you left? Don't hold the left hand of a girl. With your right hand, if you hold the left hand of a girl, means that's a marriage. Pani Grahana. Pani means what? Hand. Grahana means holding. Pani Grahana is over. So that's why she said, this is the rule. Actually, you hold it and you are my husband. You cannot go away. And the powerful father also already there. Nobody can reject his order. So that's why demand it. That's a different case. या आत आत्मभृतं वीर्यं नवधा प्रशिष्यति वीर्ये तद्वीर्येर्षया आदस्यां ज्ञानसात्मनः. She will bring forth 9 daughters from the seed sown in her by you. And through the daughters you beget, the sages will duly beget children. कर्दमुनि का जो बेटियां हैं वही सभी बाकी प्रजापतियों को दिया जाए, बहुत लोगों को. तो इससे क्या होगा, बहुत अच्छे से एक्सपेंड हो जाता है प्रोजेक्ट. ब्रह्मा जी का काम अच्छा हो जाता है क्योंकि गर्ल को देना बहुत मुश्किल. दक्ष और कर्दमुनि दोनों एक्सपर्ट्स हैं. जो व्यक्ति ज्यादा लड़कियों को पैदा कर सकते वही दक्ष है, एक्सपर्ट. हाँ? Yeah, it's of course who has more sin than they get the girl. That's it's also true. क्योंकि जब आपके पास बीज है लेकिन जमीन नहीं रही तो कुछ नहीं होगा ना. इसलिए जमीन ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. जमीन भी इंपॉर्टेंट. श्री woman means kshetra and male is sowing the seed actually. Is semen is a seed actually. So that's why there are seeds are there but no fields means difficult not to get the more and more crops. So that's why who is the most sinful? Who becomes only male child or who get whatever they want against it? Whatever they desire against that they are getting means they are sinful. It is also mentioned that amongst husband and wife, husband is more powerful. हाँ, तो बहुत फैक्टर्स रहता है एक को एकम्प्लिश करने के लिए. त्वं च सम्यग् अनुष्ठाय निदेशं माउषत्तमः मैत्रीति कृतो शेष क्रियार्थो मां प्राप्स्यसे. With your heart cleansed by properly carrying out my command, resigning to me the fruits of all your acts, you will finally attain to me. मैंने जब तक शुद्ध भक्त नहीं होता है तब तक जो भी कार्य करेंगे धर्म अर्थ और उसका जो फल है वो सब भगवान को समर्पित करना चाहिए। वो बोले हैं समर्पित करूंगा करके। समर्पित करने से क्या होगा, उसका बंधन नहीं होगा, उससे प्रेम से समर्पित करने से प्रेम भी बढ़ेगा। दो काम होगा, बंधन छूटेगा, प्रेम बढ़ेगा। Hear the words Tirji Krita Shesha Kriyarataha are significant. Tirtha means a significant, a sanctified place where charity is given. When we do the activities, when we do, that means best best proposal for living entity is what? 24 hours doing direct devotional services to the Lord. But those living entities who are not surrendered, then what they should do? So since they are in the still in the, some conditioning state, that means some upadhis, then they do according to their upadhis some activity and karma, that means karma, that result they should give to the Lord with love. By this, what will happen? Their consciousness will be purified. Like in the case of in our diagram, what is what we are doing here? You remember? Offering of the results of their duties. With what? With what mood? Detachment. Tyaga buddhi. By doing this, what will happen? Gnana means what? Huh? If someone is a kshatriya, he is doing his activity and he is offering result of that activity to the Lord, living on the Lord. Even sometimes while doing that, he may get pain or pleasure. Both are tolerating and still he is doing. And whatever result is coming and no attachment and living. By this kind of exercise, what will happen? How? He's not bounded by action of the. Yeah. Yes. That means it is like it's this kind of exercise is nothing but trying to tolerate the conditioning of nature on him. Yes or no? Like sometimes because of the while performing his activity as a being a king, he is going to fight, but in opponent party, his own grandfather is there. Even in this situation, if we tolerate, that means if I kill my grandfather, I will get pain. And such a pain he is tolerating, and still if he follow his duty and if he does strictly that duty, whatever the pain and pleasure is coming while doing that and tolerate that, and he is not expecting the result of that and leaving that also, in this kind of, if anyone do this kind of exercise, what will happen? His consciousness will be raised from the bodily state to soul level. He can able to discriminate himself. I am not body, I am soul. So that's why what is the result of Nishkama Karma Yoga? He realizes himself as soul. That is nothing but, so that's a self-will. Tvam padartha jnanam. That is the outcome of Nishkama Karma. That is the 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita is bombarding this point only or nothing else. Swatma Visheka Jnanam. Swa Atma Vishayaka Gnana. That means I am not body, I am soul. This kind of knowledge they get. That's why Krishna is saying, my dear Arjuna, even he is your grandfather or your guru, you have to fight. Because you are soul and you are not realizing that. Now you are coming to the platform of body and thinking that I am grandson of that so and so person. And in the consciousness, you are seeing the whole scene. That means you are dwelling still in the material plane. So that's a strictly following of the duties, even there is a pain and pleasure. So what it will lead? It will raise the consciousness to the soul. So this is very important actually. This is the lesson actually from the 6 chapters of first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. If you are perfect in this, that means you became perfect yourself. You are always in the platform of soul. You are not affected by any results of that karma, whatever the duties you are doing. Then you are fit enough to leave karma sannyas. Then what you have to do? That means you realize nicely yourself as soul. The next step is realizing tat padartha jnana, seeing everything as one. That you will do through the studying Upanishads from the Guru actually. Then after that, making the soul and that everything tat padartha, tvam padartha as one. That is known as Aikya Jnana. This is over. This is the first 6 chapters and last 6 chapters. Total of this only. So last 6 chapters are discussing about this, what kind of food we should eat, what kind of we should not eat. Because to control himself, because he should stay always in the mode of goodness, soul platform. I am not body, I am soul. He should be in this platform and control his senses, not degrade him down. So by doing the duties, even we also, this side also, we are also doing the duties. That's why society has to be divided and they should be given a specific duty. But if they don't stick to their duties, then if they keep on changing as per the benefit of the work, as per the results of the work, if you keep on changing the work, then what will happen? कोई भी ब्राह्मण कोई भी वैश्य है, अभी उनको उस खेती का उनका कर्तव्य है, लेकिन अभी खेती में इतना पैसा नहीं आ रहा है और हम लोग अभी वेद पढ़ के मंत्र पढ़ने से ज्यादा डोनेशन मिलता है, वो करो। तो क्या हो रहा है इससे? इफ यू नॉट स्टिक टू द वन एक्टिविटी, what happened to his own consciousness? Affected by dualities. He is always in that realm only, in the material realm only. He will be continuing life after life. That means tomorrow you will be finding another business is more profitable. Then he will go for that. He will go further. Then he will try to counteract the material dualities, not the crossing beyond the material dualities. You can cross the material dualities by tolerating, but not by counteracting. This is the principle. Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshna sakatatkada agama payano tan titiksha sabha. In this material present in the society, they are trying to how to counteract the material dualities as much as possible by inventing new technologies and new facilities. Will it lead to any peace in the society? It will never. It will never. Yes, because this material world is full of dualities. How much if you try to fix here, then when you fix, as a reaction, you'll be getting another action, big one. So only the solution is tolerate it. Make the life simple and try to tolerate that. As much as you make complex, then the tolerating is also very difficult. Now the global warming, because of so many vehicles, this, that, and temperature is increasing, then so many problems, and then once again you have to counteract that, you need to have more and more facilities. Then for that you should earn more money, and then more energy should be kept. Like this, what will happen? In this kind of demonic society, they are taking away whole society away from the Krishna, that means self-realization, God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. You understand the fundamental problem, what is happening in the society? This is the fundamental issue. They are not teaching how to tolerate, they are teaching how to counteract. And they are saying that you take it as a challenge and do some remedy for this. Yes, yes. This is the scientific research, you are the best. Yes. This is a nonsense. This will never end actually. भगवान क्या बोले अर्जुन को, इसको कैसे मैंने पिता को दादा को नहीं मारूं, इसके लिए क्या क्या लॉजिक चाहिए वो सब अप्लाई करो, ऐसा बोले। मार दो, योर ड्यूटी दैट इज। हम लोग क्या दादा दादी को मारने से दर्द आएगा, इसको हम नहीं सहन कर सकते, ये तो धर्म नहीं है, अधर्म नहीं है, दादा कैसे मार सकते हैं? नहीं, जो धर्म है वही उसमें सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन के कारण मैंने मैं शरीर स्तर पर आके तब ना दादाजी, लेकिन शास्त्र कह रहे शरीर के स्तर से ऊपर उठो, उतनी उसके लिए धर्म है। कर्म का मुख्य उद्देश्य क्या है? धर्म का मुख्य उद्देश्य आपको एलिवेट करना, भौतिक चेतना से आध्यात्मिक चेतना की तरफ एलिवेट करने के लिए कर्म है। कर्म का उद्देश्य फल भोगने के लिए नहीं, लिफ्ट करने के लिए कॉन्शियसनेस। हाउ इट विल लिफ्ट? व्हेन यू टॉलरेट इट एंड इफ यू डू, बट आल्सो इट शुड बी फिक्स्ड एक्चुअली। इस इंपॉर्टेंट साइंस भगवत गीता is a very important crucial point. This is actually this crucial principle in the first 6 chapters, how it is going. That is the teaching given by Krishna, tolerating. Dukkeshu dignamana sukeshu vegatasvaha vitaraga bhayakroda. When you reach to this state, you will become perfectly stable actually. This sthitaprajna means here the almost a mature state of the gnana yoga, that we began from here on, and gradually we keep on increasing. We use our own karma to tolerate ourselves while doing and not affected by the result of that. And such a you are practicing. This is Nishkam Karma. Here, what we do, we also divide our society, we'll be doing our karma, but what is our desired goal? Not to detach from the result, but developing prema. So that's it. To develop prema, we use that. We offer that to the Lord with love. Here also you should follow. It's not that for Lord's sake I can change my duties. No, Lord is happy with whatever you are fixed to you, and you can do that and you can offer that. Lord is not seeing the quantity. If you do like that, what will happen? Then you are keep on changing, and Lord, where He said that you keep on changing activities, and the whatever best results come, that activities only you should do. That is pleasing to me, like that He said to Arjuna. Your duty is this, and whatever you comes, whatever the result comes, that you offer to me with love. I love only the best things, and for that everyone can change their duties and do that only, and then only I will be happy. Like that, did he say? Shreyas Swadharma. Paradharmo Bhayava. He is saying on reverse actually. If you don't fix, then what? भगवान के नाम लगाएंगे और अपना इंद्रिय तृप्ति के लिए कुछ भी बदलते जाएंगे. Then what will happen? This it is a material platform only consciousness. So whatever we eat, whatever you sacrifice, the result should be given to me only. In other place, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord said, I am the enjoyer of all sacrifice, all penances, and everything done for the welfare of mankind and society. All activities, therefore, whether for the welfare of family, society, country, or humanity at large, must be performed in Krishna consciousness. So that is the instruction given by the Lord to Bharata. Maharaj, you still welcome Narmani. Okay, next. कृत्वा दयां च जीवेषु दत्त्वा च भयमात्मवान् मय्यात्मानं सहजगत् रक्षास्यात्मनि चापि माम्. Showing compassion to all living entities, you will attain self-realization, giving assurance of safety to all. You will perceive your own self as well as the universes in me and myself in you. Grihasthas, they should do Bhutadaya, 5 kinds of yajnas: Brahma yajna, Deva yajna, Pitru yajna, Nru yajna, and Bhuta yajna. These 5 sacrifices, what it will do? It will actually purify their consciousness. That means they have to study Bhakti Shastras. That means Brahma Yajna. Studying Vedas means Bhakti Shastras. In Daiva Varna Ashrama Dharma, 5 yajnas will be different. Here the 5 yajnas are different. They will be studying mere Vedantas and Vedas, and then after that they will be Brahma Yajna means that, and Deva Yajna means worshipping Devatas. But here Deva Yajna means worshipping Vishnu. Vishnu is only the Devata. And here these people come in this Grihastha system, they will be doing the Pitru Devatas worship. Here we do Pitru Devatas, but by offering to the Lord, the bhoga offered to the Lord, and that prasadam we are feeding to the Pitru Devatas. System is different. So, and also Nru Yajna, so serving these Atidis, yes, we invite devotees and we feed them. Next, Bhuta Yajna. These people just out of compassion they are feeding to the living entities, but we feed the living entities by seeing the Lord in each and every body. So that is the Kanishta level we should do. So when one come to the stage of the higher, then for that it will help. It will be helpful. Even Kapila says it is coming in your next module, 29th chapter of this same canto. So those who are in the Kanishta level, they should conceptually at least, really they don't see, conceptually they should see that Lord is there in every living entity and their pain is also my pain. With that consciousness, if they feed, then that will help them to come rise above to the Kanishta level. This also is mentioned. So that kind of yajnas they do. Next one. सहाहं स्वां शकलया त्वद्वीर्येण मामुने तव क्षेत्रे देवहूत्यां प्राण्येष्ये तत्त्वसंहिताम्. O great sage, I shall manifest my own plenary portion through your wife Devahuti along with your 9 daughters, and I shall instruct her in the system of philosophy that deals with the ultimate principles of categories. तो भगवान कितना बढ़िया बूंद दे रहे हैं. So he is going to appear as a son, Kapila. Maitreya uvacha evam tanu bhashyatha bhagavan pratyakshara jagama bindu sarasa saraswatya paishritat. ऐसा बोल के मीठा मीठा आवाज में सब बोल के मैंने आपका जो चाहिए वो सब मैं अरेंज किया. स्वयंभू मनु आएंगे अपना पत्नी के साथ, उनकी बेटी हैं, बहुत सुंदर हैं, बहुत अच्छे गुण वाली हैं. आपको जैसा चाहिए वैसा ही वो सेवा करेगी. जरूर उनको आप शादी कर लीजिए और उनसे आपको 9 कन्या उत्पन्न होंगे, 9 बेटियां, और उसके बाद एक बेटा भी, वो मैं ही खुद आऊंगा. इसीलिए आप चिंता मत करिए. ऐसा अच्छा मीठा आवाज में बोल के, जिससे उसको आवाज सुनते ही पूरा कर्दम मुनि का अभी तक 10,000 साल का जो थकावट है, जो भी जर्जर हो गए शरीर, वो सब ताजा हो गया, एकदम फ्रेश हो गया, एकदम चमकने वाला हो गया, एकदम ताजा जवान लगने वाला, बूढ़ा गिरा नहीं, एकदम फ्रेश. क्योंकि अभी तो लड़की आएगी ना, परसों ही आने वाली है. शेविंग सब कुछ हो गया ऑलरेडी. एकदम वो पूरा वो जंगल में वो कुटिया में एकदम सूर्य की जैसे चमक रही है गर्दन. मैत्रेय उवाच एवं तमनुभाष्याथ भगवान् प्रत्यगक्षजः जगामपिन्दु सरसा सरस्वत्या परिष्कृतात्. Maitreya went on, thus having spoken to Kardamuni, the law, who reveals himself only when the senses are in Krishna conscious, departed from that lake called Bindu Sarovar. जब करदम मुनि इतना तपस्या किए तो अपना पिता के आदेश को फॉलो करने के लिए, तो उनकी कष्ट को देखकर भगवान जब आए गरुड़ पर, पहले पहले उनको देख के बहुत दया आ गया भगवान के हृदय में. इसीलिए उनकी आंखों से तो बूंद गिरा उसी जगह पर, उसी को बोला जाता है बिंदु सरोवर. भगवान की कृपा से ऐसा. मैंने भौतिक चीजों के लिए भी इतना भजन करने से भगवान आके आंसू टपकाया. यदि प्रेम से करेंगे तो और क्या करेंगे, भगवान नाचेंगे और उसे जमीन पर गिर के डोल डोल करेंगे। क्या है ये, तो इतना प्रेम कैसे कर रही है। पूछो दे, एनसर्किल्ड बाय द रिवर सरस्वती। बिंदु सरोवर, सरोवर माने एक तालाब जैसा है, ये रिवर के पास में। जनरली ये सरोवर सभी ये जो क्या बोलते हैं लेक्स, लेक्स आर जस्ट नियर टू द रिवर्स ओनली। हाँ, अभी भी है ना। बिंदु सरोवर ना, ओरिजिनल बिंदु सरोवर ये। हाँ, बट दिस इज ओरिजिनल ना। One word in this verse is very significant. The Lord is stated here to be Pratyagakshaja. He is imperceptible to material senses, but still he can be seen. Yeah. Because भगवान एक अलग पदार्थ का है और ये हमारा सेंसेस और एक अलग पदार्थ का है। वो दोनों कैसे, अभी एक्सेस को आंख नहीं दे सकते वैसे भगवान को भी देख नहीं सकते एक्चुअली सेंसेस। दिस अपीयर्स टू बी कॉन्ट्रडिक्टेड। हम लेकिन हम लोग सोचते हैं जिद्द से हम सब कुछ इसी से देखना चाहते हैं, तो हो नहीं। भगवान को देखने के लिए वो अलग चेंज का उसको मॉडिफिकेशन करना पड़ेगा। We have material senses, but how can we see that supreme law? He is called Adokshata. He cannot be seen. Adakritam akshajam yena saha. Knowledge perceived by, he cannot be perceived by the knowledge produced by the material senses. आज देखेंगे वो सब। Next, okay. निरीक्षितस्तस्य ययावशेषा सिद्धेश्वराविष्टुतो सिद्धमार्गा कर्णयन् वक्ररतेन्द्रपक्षै उच्चारितं सोममुदीर्णम्। While the sage stood looking on, the Lord left by the pathway leading to Vaikuntha, a path extolled by all great liberated souls. The sage stood listening as the hymns forming the basis of the Samaveda were vibrated by the flipping wings of the Lord's carrier Garuda. ऐसा कार्दमुनि देख रहे हैं, देखते देखते बस गरुड़ में ऐसा भगवान ऐसा चलते उड़ते जा रहे हैं बस बैठ के। और गरुड़ की पंखों से एक दिव्य आवाज आता है, सामवेद का गान, तो वो आता है। तो ऐसा सुंदर वातावरण अच्छा से, बिंदु सरोवर, बगल में सरस्वती नदी, एक कुटिया, और सामने सामने भगवान है। मुझे जियोग्राफिकल आइडिया जीरो। आई डिडंट गो एनीवेयर। मे भी नदी भी अपना दिशा बदलता रहती बार बार कर्म के अनुसार। लोगों के पाप इधर ज्यादा बढ़ गए तो उस तरफ जाना बंद करके दूसरी तरफ से जाएगी। तो उनका शाख अभी भी हमारा मायापुर में भी नदी बदलती रहती है। 50 साल पहले जहाँ पानी चलता था अभी नहीं चल रहा है और दूसरी तरफ से चलने। ये होता है या नहीं? ये होता है, क्योंकि पाप कर्म, सामूहिक कर्म, सबका कर्म इतना घटिया है कि उधर से नदी आना बंद कर दी। ये जो इधर घरोटे वाली चीज है, लाइक एनालॉजी की वो इतनी सुनने में वंडरफुली लाइक ना ना ना, रियली आप इट्स नॉट एग्जांपल, पोइट्री नहीं है तो वास्तव है। अच्छा अच्छा, Samveda Gana comes from Garuda's word. Garuda is powerful. Mahabharata, Garuda's appearance also is there. Hmm. So here, uh, Kardama Muni was a liberated soul who saw the Supreme Lord in person face to face. There was no doubt that he was liberated, and thus he could see Garuda carrying the Lord on the way to Vaibhava, and hear the flapping of his wings vibrating the sound of Hare Krishna, the essence of the sound. मौका मिलते वो सिक्सर लगा देगा Samveda essence is Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and that's why now that's true also because all the Vedas, that means Satphalya, the ripened fruit of all the Vedas is Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is also said in another. So that's why Mahamantra is also is the essence of all the Vedas. So when the Vedas are there, then essence also will be there. So inside the meaning also is there, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. अतसंप्रस्थिते शुक्ले कर्दमो भगवान् ऋषिः आस्ते स्म बिन्दुसरसे तं कालं प्रतिपालयन्. Then after the departure of the Lord, the worshipful sage Kardama stayed on the bank of Bindusarovar awaiting the time of which the Lord had spoken. कल आएगा परसों कब आएगा परसों कब आएगा परसों करके सोच क्योंकि 10,000 साल तपस्या किए हैं जिस चीज के लिए अभी तो एक दिन में आने वाला है तो इसीलिए वो वेटिंग प्रतिपालयन कालम प्रतिपालयन मैंने एक एक मिनट को गिनती कर रहे हैं मनुष्यन्दनमास्थाय चातकौम्ब परिच्छदम् आरोप्य स्वां दुहितरं सभार्य पर्यटन्मयी और बहुत बड़ा रथ और रथ के पीछे इतना सैनिक और रथ में कौन है स्वयंभू मनु with his wife mounted his chariot which was decorated with the golden ornaments placing his daughter on it with them he began traveling all over the earth उधर बरिष्मती से लेकर माने ब्रह्मावर्त बरिष्मती से लेकर ऐसा 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 घूम के आ रहे हैं चलिए पूरा पृथ्वी पर घूमते घूमते कहाँ है करदम जी का कुटिया तक आ गए तो आने के बाद क्या हुआ तस्मिन् सुधन्वन्महनि भगवान् यत्समादिशत् उपारायाश्रमं पदं मुनोः शान्तव्रतस्य तत्. O Vidura, they reached the hermitage of sage who had just completed his vows of austerity on the very day foretold by the Lord. परसों तो आ ही गए यस्मिन् भगवतो नेत्राण्यपतन्नश्रुबिन्दवः कृपया सम्परीतस्य प्रपन्ने कृतया वृषम् तद्वै बिन्दुसरो नाम सरस्वत्या परिप्लुतम् पुण्यं शिवामृतजलम् महर्षिर्गणसेवितम्. The holy lake Bindusarovar, flooded by the waters of the river Saraswati, was restored to by hosts of eminent sages. Its holy water was not only auspicious but as sweet as nectar. It was called Bindusarovar because drops of tears had fallen there from the eyes of the Lord, who was overwhelmed by extreme compassion for the sage who had sought his protection. Just as drops of perspiration which fell from the toe of the Lord became the sacred Ganges, so tear drops from the transcendental eyes of the Lord became invisible. पुण्यद्रुमालताजालै पूजत् पुण्यामृगद्विजैः सर्वतु फलपुष्पाढ्यं वनराज्ये श्रियान्वितम्. The shore of the lake was surrounded by clusters of pious trees and creepers, rich in fruits and flowers of all the seasons. Pious trees means in the trees also there are three categories: pious, impious, and also like sattva, rajas, tamas. Effect of modes will be there. So many some trees are with so many thorns and It's very difficult actually. No flowers, no fruits. But trees with the Sattva nice flowers, nice fruits, no thorns like that. That afforded shelter to pious animals and birds. That means in that arena where the Bindu Sarovar, Kardamuni's small kutia, and also there are these different trees, and all are nice fruit trees and flowers are there, and so many sattvic birds and animals are taking shelter in the trees, and they are all living very peacefully. This is really opulence. It is adorned by the beauty of groves and forest trees. Mattadvijaganairbhushtam, mattabhramara mattavarhirnatatopam, ahvayan mattakokilam. The area resounded with the notes of overjoyed birds. Intoxicated bees wandered there. Intoxicated peacocks proudly danced, and merry cuckoos called one another. So, nightingales, they are singing, and peacocks are dancing. Because when the weather is so pleasant, all the elements and birds and everyone will be happy. Actually. The Lord created this nature is like that to cooperate each other and live peacefully and happily. Don't exploit anyone. No one should exploit anyone. So then everyone will be getting the joy. And now there, because it's full of Sattva everyone is happy. And peace and everything is happy. The beauty of the pleasant sounds heard in the area surrounded lake, Bindusaravar is described here. After drinking honey, the black bees become maddened and they hummed in intoxication. Like in the Vaikunta also there are the bees. When their bees are singing, these birds are just stop circling and started hearing. What is this? Wow, this bumblebee is doing very nice sound. And it is also singing Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. Means they are thinking that these birds, this is Vishnu. They are chanting Vishnu's names. Pray they have more devotion than us. What a greatness these bees are like that. These birds are started chirping and started hearing like this. The sound of bees. That's why Vaikuntha description is wonderful actually in 16th chapter. Extraordinary. Bhagavad is full of actually so pleasant and also describes the whole scene so nicely. Sukadeva Goswami goes into the deep meditation of everything. Merry peacocks dance just like actors and actresses. And merry cuckoos call their mates very nicely. Now come to the flowers. Kadamba Champaka Shoka Karanja Bakulasane Kunda Mandara Kutajai Chuta Potairalankrutam Karandavai Palavai Mamsai Kukurai Jalakukutai Sarasaiश्चक्रवाकैश्च चकोरैर्वल्कुकूजितम्. Variety of birds. You may think why these kind of slokas which are not related to Bhakti said here. Huh? You might be thinking, make the reality actually. You can enter into the, because of this, you can enter into the whole incident, whole Leela. Otherwise, it will be only all the you should do bhakti, should do bhakti. So your consciousness, because our consciousness, the material consciousness, is liking to hear such a things. Now, through this, he is directly taking to the whole scene actually, making you to deeply involve into the each incident. Now Kardamuni is residing in such a wonderful place. Now by the time on the chariot, Svayambhuva Manu along with his wife and daughter came there. The whole scene is now is coming into your consciousness. It is purifying you. It is like if you what is that? Fitkiri. क्या बोलते हैं fitkiri? Fitkiri. When you rotate in the dirty water, what will happen? It will settle all the dirtiness down. Similarly, it's like this katha is like that. Our heart is in the dirtiness. When we hear this, so the dirtiness which is in the deeply involved with this heart will be ये जस्ट गोइंग सेटलिंग डाउन। गंदा पानी में भी फिटकरी घुमा, फिटकरी जानते हैं ना आप लोग? नहीं जानते? कौन है? हाँ? हाँ, सेम में भी लगाते हैं ना, तो हाँ वही। वो गंदा पानी में घुमाएंगे तो पूरा गंदा निकल जाएगा। तो वैसा है, जब ये कॉन्शियसनेस पूरा भागवत में आप इन्वॉल्व होने से क्या होता है, आपका दिल में जो गंदगी है ना, काम क्रोध ये वो, माने पूरा सत्वता और सत्वता से ऊपर विशुद्ध सत्वता आने लगे, सब गंदा चीज चले जाते हैं, माने भौतिक चीजों का अट्रैक्शन खत्म हो जाता है। और भी भागवत और एक बार पढ़ू, क्योंकि आपको पूरा इमेज, पूरा हृदय उधर चले जा रहे हैं, उसमें ड्वेल करो। और भी इसी सीन को और एक बार पढ़ो, अरे करदम जी भले अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा बोले, तो और दोबारा सुनो। ये होता है, ये आस्वादन। Like Bindu Sarovar was adorned by flowering trees such as Kadamba, Champaka, Ashoka, Karanja, Bakula, Asana, Kunda, Mandara, Utaja, and young mango trees. The air was filled with the pleasing notes of Karandava ducks, flowers, swans, ospreys, waterfalls, cranes, chakravakas, and chakora. Nice birds and nice trees and flower trees, fruit trees. For most of the trees, flowers, fruits, and birds mentioned here as surrounding Bindusara lake, English synonyms can't be found. उन लोगों के पास वो बर्ड्स ही नहीं रहे तो कहाँ से ओट्स रहेंगे, है ना? जितना हमारे पास है चीज उधर नहीं है हमारा, क्योंकि इधर के एनवायरमेंट में सब कुछ, ये भरत भूमि में सब कुछ उगता है, सब कुछ संभव है। तीनों का तीन सीजन अच्छा से, मैंने 6 सीजन अच्छा से आता है। बाकी जगह तो 4 सीजन, 2 सीजन, कहीं कहीं जगह तो एक सीजन। डार्कनेस ही डार्कनेस। सनसेट फॉर 6 मंथ्स एंड सन राइज फॉर 6 मंथ्स, ऐसा है। लेकिन ये नहीं भरत भूमि में ऐसा, all 6 seasons and all the flowers, so many rivers, nice beautiful forests and trees and flowers, food, so many varieties. That's like taking birth here is really wonderful, very fortunate. But we are making this birth bhumi hell actually by our so bad consciousness. To counteract these dualities with our ability of the so-called intelligence, and we are trying to disturb the balance in their nature, which is demonic actually. Really. The sweet sounds of waterfall and cranes made the surrounding area as pleasant as possible and created a very suitable spiritual atmosphere. तथैवा हिरण्यक्रोडै स्ववेट् गवय कुञ्जरै गोपुश्चैर्हरिर्भिर्मर्कैर्नकुलैर्नाभिविरुतम्. The its shores abounded with deer, boars, porcupines, gavayaha. Gavayaha means nilgai. It looks like a cow, but it's not cow. Elephants, baboons, lions, monkeys, mongoose, and musk deer. Nice smell comes from that musk. These are always in great demand for the higher classes. Kasturi, Prabhupada. Next. Pravisya tatte तत्तीर्थवराम् आदिराजा सहात्मजा ददर्शा मुनिमासीनं तस्मिन् हुतहुताशनम् विद्योतमानं वपुषा तपस्युग्रयुजाचिरम् नातिक्षामं भगवत स्निग्धपाङ्गावलोकनात् तद्व्याहृतामृतकाला पीयूषा श्रवणेन च प्रांशु पद्मपाशाक्षं जटिलं चिरवाससम् उपसंसृत्य बलिदं यदार्हणमसंस्कृतम्. entering that most sacred spot with his daughter and going near the sage, the first monarch Svayambhuva Manu saw the sage sitting in his hermitage, having just propitiated the sacred fire by pouring oblations into it. His body shone most brilliantly, though he had engaged in austere penance for a long time. He was not emaciated, for the Lord had cast his affectionate sidelong glances upon him, and he had also heard the nectar flowing from the moon-like words of the Lord. भगवान की नजरों के कारण और उनकी मधुर वाणी के कारण इतना दिन तपस्या करने के बाद करदम जी का पूरा शरीर एकदम ताजा और फ्रेश एकदम चमक रहे चांद सोने की जैसा और उधर वेरी स्पेशली दिख रहे एक्चुअली in that hermitage in front of that. The sage was tall, his eyes were large, like the petals of a lotus, and he had matted locks on his head. He was clad in rags. Swayambhuva Manu approached and saw him to be somewhat soiled like an unpolished gem. थोड़ा सा तो ऊपर का तो कुछ तो ढका हुआ है थोड़ा धूल लगा हुआ है शरीर में अभी तो नहाए नहीं एकदम लेकिन चमक रहे हो तो वो धूल उनकी चमक को रोक नहीं पा रहे तो स्वयं मनु आ गए हैं उनके पास Here are some descriptions of a brahmachari yogi. In the morning, the first duty of a brahmachari seeking spiritual revelation, elevation is Huta to offer sacrificial oblations to the Supreme Lord. Those engaged in brahmacharya cannot sleep until even 7 or 9 o'clock in the morning. They must rise early in the morning, at least 1.5 hours before the sun rises. And offer oblations are in this age. They must chant the holy name of the Lord Hare Krishna, as referred by Lord Chaitanya. Kalau nastyeva gatiranyatha. There is no other alternative in this age to chanting the holy name of the Lord. The brahmachari must rise early in the morning and after placing himself should chant the holy name of the Lord. From the very features of this sage, it appeared that he had undergone great austerities. That is the sign of one observing brahmacharya, the vow of celibacy. If one lives otherwise, it will be manifest in the lust visible in his face and body. Lusty face and lusty body. If he not doesn't follow brahmacharya life, then that face automatically resemble like a lusty face. So that can be easily known to experts actually. Experts, sadhus, they can easily identify it. Even we don't tell whether we are following brahmacharya life or not, they can identify it. It's possible. Because whatever is there in the heart, that will be reflecting on the face. The word Vidyotamanam indicates that the brahmachari feature showed in his body. That is the certificate that one has undergone great austerity in yoga. A drunkard or smoker or sex monger can never be eligible to practice yoga. Generally, yogis look very skinny because of they not being comfortably situated. But Kardama Muni was not emaciated, for he had seen the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. Kardama Muni ऐसा पतला नहीं एकदम तगड़ा और मस्त बिकॉज भगवान को देखने के बाद उनका पूरा शरीर पुष्ट हो भगवान की मधुर वाणी सीखते ही उनका शरीर में ताजापन आ गया So here the word Snigdha Pangavalokana means that he was fortunate enough to see the Supreme Lord face to face. क्यों इसी वो बोले हैं ना आज से मेरा आंखों को सब लोग बोलेंगे क्योंकि अरे देखो देखो एक अर्दम का आंखों भगवान की दर्शन कर लिए हैं तो है ना बोले ना तो मेरा आंख सिद्ध हो गया है यही बात अब सब लोग बोलना शुरू कर दिए He looked healthy because he had directly received the nectarian sound vibrations from the lotus lips of personality of Godhead. Similarly, one who hears the transcendental sound vibrations of the holy name of the Lord Hare Krishna also improves in health. जप करने से health अच्छा होता है. We have actually seen that many brahmacharis and grihasthas connected with the International Society for Krishna Consciousness have improved in health. लेकिन किसी किसी का health down हो रहा है मैंने जब सही ठीक से नहीं कर रहे हैं क्या नहीं तो ब्रह्मचर्य व्रत फॉलो नहीं ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते ऐसा बोल के अपराध भी हो सकते हैं क्योंकि भगवान की कृपा से तो किसी किसी को दंड भी दिया सकता है भगवान की कृपा बीमारी के रूप में भी आ सकती तो नहीं तो इसीलिए हम लोग इतना जल्दी जज नहीं करते मानी साइड वाले को जज नहीं करते ऑलरेडी हाँ वो जो मेन वाले वो तो जज करके उनको इंस्ट्रक्ट कर सकते हैं बाकी वाले को नहीं माने थर्ड पार्टी का काम नहीं इसका जज कर कमेंट करके हल्ला कर we have actually seen that many brahmacharis and grihasthas okay next it is essential that brahmachari engage in spiritual advancement look very healthy and lustrous the comparison of the sage to an unpolished gem is very appropriate even if a gem just taken from a mine looks unpolished the luster of the gem cannot be stopped similarly although Kardama was not properly dressed and his body was not properly cleansed his overall appearance was junk अतोटजामुपायातं हृदेवं प्रणतं पुरा सपर्यया पर्यगृह्णात् प्रतिनन्द्यानुरूपया. Seeing that the monarch had come to his hermitage and was bowing before him, the sage greeted with him benedictions and received him with due honor. So when Kardam Muni received, when we saw that Svayambhuva Manu came, what happened? So Svayambhuva Manu immediately made the Dandavat pranams to Kardam Muni. Pranatam Pura. मैंने कर्दम मुनि के सामने स्वयंभू मनु गिर गए प्रणाम के क्योंकि मुनि कर्दम मुनि सुपीरियर है ब्राह्मण है ये तो क्षत्रिय है इसलिए क्षत्रिय ब्राह्मण के सामने प्रणाम करना चाहिए नेक्स्ट गृहीतार्हणमासीनं संयतं प्रेणयन् मुनि स्मरन् भगवदादेशम् इत्याह स्वक्षणया गिरा. After receiving the sage's attention, the king sat down and was silent. Recalling the instructions of the Lord, Kardama then spoke to the king as follows, delighting him with his sweet accents. तो जब दंडवत किए हैं स्वयंभू मनु तब कर्दम मुनि भी उनको अच्छा से रिसीव करके हाथ पैर धोने के लिए पानी दिए हैं आर्घ्यम और पाद्यम उस पर उनको आसन दिए हैं अच्छे से आसन पर बिठाए हैं तब जाकर अभी कर्दम मुनि बोलने लगे कोई भी गेस्ट आते तो हम लोगों को उनको रिसीव करना है तब गेस्ट को ग्लोरीफाई करना पड़ता है तो इसीलिए इधर अच्छा बातों में स्वीट वर्ड्स में इधर ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे हैं कर्दम मुनि नूनं चक्रमणं देवा सतां संरक्षणयाते वदाय च सतां यस्त्वं हरे शक्तिर्हि पालिनी. The tour you have undertaken, O Lord, is surely intended to protect the virtuous and kill the demons since you embodied the protecting energy of Sri Hari. Now Kardamuni is glorifying Svayambhuva Manu. Being a Kshatriya, what wonderful activities you do. Kshatriyas are so great. Like that, so many things he is telling now. योगेन्द्रवायूनां यमधर्म प्रचेतसां रूपाणि स्थान आदत्से तस्मै शुक्लायते. You assume when necessary the part of sun god, the moon god, Agni, the god of fire, Indra, the lord of paradise, Vayu, Yama, the god of punishment, Dharma, the god of piety, and Varuna, the god presiding over the waters, all obeisances to you. क्योंकि राजा की शरीर में समस्त देवताओं का अंश रहता है, क्योंकि भगवान सृष्टि का चलाने के लिए, पालन करने के लिए अनेक देवताओं की सृष्टि की है, अनेक अनेक डिपार्टमेंट्स के लिए, इसलिए भगवान के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव राजा है, इसलिए राजा में भी इन सभी दिक्पालकों का अंश कुछ रहता है। मान इसका अर्थ क्या है, जब आप राजत्व का ये पोस्ट किया, कंट्रोलिंग पोस्ट, ऑटोमेटिक उसमें क्या होता है, ये सभी उस उपाधि में सब रहता है। ऐसा नहीं सोल में रहता है, नहीं तो बॉडी में नहीं, उस उपाधि में रहता है, रूलिंग पोस्ट में। इसलिए राजा भगवान का रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है। भगवान सृष्टि स्थिति लया, so sthiti means maintaining is his duty, Vishnu's duty. So how he is doing this maintenance? Through the devatas and also through the king. So that's why king is representative of Vishnu, who is maintaining actually. All time that post itself is like that. Past time also that Ola and Ramanuja saying that life of the his march conversation Ramanuja Charya. I don't know. Since the sage Kardama was Brahmana and Svayambhuva was Kshatriya, the sage was not supposed to offer obeisances to the king because socially his position was greater than the king's. But he offered his obeisances to Svayambhuva Manu because as Manu, king and emperor, he was representative of Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is always worshipable regardless of whether one is Brahmana, a Kshatriya or a Shudra. Okay. नयदारथमास्ताय चैत्रं मणिगणार्पितं विस्फूर्य चण्डकोदण्डो रथेनात्रासयन्नघान् स्वस्मैन्यचरणक्षुण्णं वेपयन्मण्डलं भुवः विकर्षन् भवतीं सेनां पर्यटन् स्यंशुमानिव तदैव सेतवः सर्वे वर्णाश्रमनिबन्धना भगवद्रचिता राजन् विद्येन बतदस्युभिः. If you didn't mount your victorious jewel chariot, whose mere presence threatened culprits, if you didn't produce fierce sounds by the tangling of your bow, and if you didn't roam about the world like the brilliant sun, leading a huge army whose trembling feet caused the globe of the earth to tremble, then all the moral law governing the varnas and ashramas created by the Lord Himself would be broken by the rogues and rascals in a sad negative way. यदि आप ये सब नहीं करते तो ये पूरा सोसाइटी गिर जाती है, पूरा वर्ण और आश्रम का रूल्स नहीं रहेगा। तो माने आप ये सभी करते हैं, आप अपना दंड लेकर घूमते रहते चारियट के ऊपर, इसीलिए उस डर से इस राज्य में कोई भी एक भी चोर हिम्मत नहीं करेगा कि चोरी करने के लिए, डकैती करने के लिए, कोई चीटिंग करने के लिए। ऐसा है आपकी दंड की डर से, और आपके साथ साथ जब आपका सैनिक चलने लगते हैं, उसका आवाज का वो जो पैदल की वो आवाज है, उसी से ही लोग डर जाते हैं। ऑल द रूल्स, ब्राह्मण अपना ब्राह्मण कार्य करेंगे, क्षत्रिय क्षत्रिय कार्य करेंगे, वैश्य वैश्य का कार्य, अपना अपना धर्म को निभाएंगे, और ब्रह्मचारी ब्रह्मचर्य का ड्यूटी, सन्यासी भी सन्यासी का ड्यूटी, सब लोग अपना अपना ड्यूटीज करने लगेंगे। बिकॉज ऑफ यू एवरीवन, ऑल द वर्ण एंड आश्रम, four varnas and four ashramas, all the rules are maintained. So that's why king should not sit in the office. King always has to go around with his rod of chastisement, with his rod, powerful rod. Whoever is going to do wrong thing, he should punish immediately. Not that there's so many years to give punishment. हो गया The institution of four varnas and four ashramas is considered herewith to be Bhagavad Rachita, which means designed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita is also confirmed, Shatuvarna. Mm, mm, mm. When Varnashram system becomes degraded, it appears a hereditary caste system. Actually, society, in that society, the big problem is people, they consider the caste based upon the birth. This is not Varnashram system actually. It is a caste system. It's a degraded system. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was very much frustrated actually. Was frustrated by this kind of caste system. So what happened? The main problem. So according to the Vaishnava Siddhanta, what is that? If anyone chant the holy name, he is beyond the even a Somayaji. Savanaya Sadhyo Savanaya Kalpite. That means if one chant the holy name, he is superior to the Brahmana also. But in the society, but they are not at all respecting Vaishnavas. So someone like Haridas Thakur coming from the low background but chanting holy name, and he is better than the Brahmana. So that principle actually Bhaktivinoda Thakur want to establish once again into the society. These caste Brahmanas who are very much proud in Navadip and other places, so many places, so they were not at all giving any respect for the devotees, especially in the Bengal and also on other places also, South India also. So devotee who is chanting the holy name, once we chant the holy name, Dijatvam, all the prarabdha is finished and Dijatvam is already coming to him. Now that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted, since our science is, our philosophy is, if anyone chant the holy name, he is Dvija. So now we see the qualities of which Dvija he is, Brahmana Dvija, Kshatriya, Vaishya. And based upon that, now we have to reform the society. Based upon the principles of Bhakti and Guna, Bhagavad Gita, Guna and Karma. And he told this thing to establish to his son. Okay. This was the this where it is. Did I share that? Just one quickly another 5 minutes. Yeah. Is it visible? What is happening? Download करें. No, ये download किया. ये download किया. आ गया. 500 होंगे. Related to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, 1910 Saraswati, people of this world who are proud of their own aristocratic birth cannot attain real aristocracy. Therefore, they attack the pure Vaishnavas, saying they have taken birth in low class families because of their sins. Huh? Abhi? Thus, they commit offenses. The solution to the problem is to establish the order of Daiva Varnashrama. Something you have started doing. You should know that to be the real service to the Vaishnavas. Because pure devotional conclusions are not being preached, all kinds of superstitions and bad conceptions are being called devotion by such as pseudo sampradayas as Sahajya and Adhibari. He was worried at the time also, pure devotional conclusions are not being preached. This always happens. Most of the time, pure devotional conclusions. So we see the very less propagation. All the time, whatever you do, and then enjoy it, and okay, nice, and this is also bhakti. This is Sahajya actually. This is there the problem at the Bhakti Thakur time, and also Bhakti also fought for long time against this. Prabhupada also is fighting. He is writing so many purports. Every time he is writing the purport. 24 hours, constantly, fully surrender, all these. They are all pure devotional principles actually. So you should know that to be the real service to the Vaishnava. Because pure devotional conclusions are not being preached. All kinds of superstitions and bad conceptions are being called devotion. अभी भी चल रहा है चलिए सर माने आचार्य आने के बाद जब धीरे 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 क्या होता है कुछ भी मैंने हो जाता है बस सिद्धांत बन मैंने डिमिनिश हो जाता है तो डाइल्यूट होते जाएगा प्रोसेस डाइल्यूट होते जाएगा Please always crush these anti-devotional concepts by preaching pure devotional conclusions and by setting an example through your personal conduct. आज भी पैसा वाले नहीं तो मैं बहुत बड़ा ब्राह्मण हूँ ये हूँ वो हूँ अभी पैसा का चक्कर चल रहा है प्यूरिटी का भक्त का प्यूरिटी को नहीं देख रहे जिसका पास पोस्ट है पैसा है वो बहुत बड़ा भक्त है ऐसा माना जाए जो ज्यादा पैसा लाएगा वो बड़ा भक्त I'm not saying all the money who are fundraisers are wrong, but that means only the fundraising people only the are big जो ज्यादा पैसा लाएंगे वही प्योर डिवोटी है वो ऐसा नहीं चलता Please make great efforts so you can start parikrama of Sridham Mayapur. He gave one first is Dayavarnashrama to continue that he said. Next is developing Mayapur and Maya as soon as possible parikrama actually. Please try very hard to make sure that service to Sri Mayapur will become a permanent thing and will become brighter and brighter every day. The real service. Now we did disservice actually one day. We brought our communities there. Now land is so much increased and everyone is thinking that Mayapur धाम में जमीन खरीद के बेचेंगे तो ज्यादा पैसा आएगा धाम के प्रति अपराध है लोगों अभी भक्त भी दाम में जमीन खरीदेंगे बड़ा टेम्पल होने के बाद ब्रिज हो जाएगा तो दाम ज्यादा हो जाएगा अभी से खरीद के रखेंगे उसके बाद बेचेंगे खरीद के रखेंगे और उसके बाद रहेंगे ये तो बात अलग होता है बेचेंगे मनी बनाएंगे और अगल बगल गांव वाले भी अभी हम लोग जमीन खरीद के बेचने लगे हम लोग पहले से ऐसा रखे कि जमीन हम लोग खरीद बेचेंगे नहीं जमीन रहेगा तो हम लोग खेती करेंगे और उसके लिए हम अन्न उगाएंगे और रहेंगे तो इसके लिए हम लोग खरीद बेचने के लिए महत्व नहीं देते तो लैंड का डिमांड नहीं बढ़ता था और रेट से नहीं चलता था अभी गांव वाले कोई काम नहीं कर रहे 10 गांव 15 गांव जो भी मायापुर का अगल बगल सब लोगों मेरा जमीन भी 10 करोड़ है 5 करोड़ है हम क्यों काम तो काम करने वाले भी अभी निकम्मा होकर बहुत मौज मस्ती कर रहे हैं और अय्याशी कर रहे हैं एंजॉय तो हम लोग क्या बेचेंगे जमीन बेच के आप बहुत बड़ा अमीर बन सकते हैं यही चल रही है So that is a very, and that means that is not the mode of dham actually. That should not be. In dham, there should not be any, no real estate business. If you have land, you produce your food, use for the basic needs and make it simple. Then it will be good. Then the sanctity of the dham will be maintained. Otherwise, everyone sees dham land as commercial land, money making place, business place. It's offense actually. The real service is not real service. When I am not present anymore, please take care of please take care to serve Sri Mayapur Dham, which is so dear to you. Bhakti Siddhanta likes Mayapur so much and also Bhakti Nata. This is my special instruction to you. People who are like animals can never attain devotion. Therefore, never take their suggestions. But don't let them know this directly or indirectly. I had a special desire to preach the significance of such books as Srimad Bhagavatam, Shat Sandarbha, and Vedanta Darshan. You have to accept that responsibility. Sri Mayapur will prosper if you establish an educational institution there. Never make any efforts to collect knowledge or money for your own enjoyment. Only to serve the Lord will you collect these things. Never engage in bad association, either for money or for some self-interest. Signed Kedarnath. Bhakti. ये इंस्टीट्यूट भी अभी तक नहीं था, लेकिन अभी तो स्कूल हो गए वो तो भक्ति वेदांत इंस्टीट्यूट स्टार्टेड एक्चुअली नो Bhakti Siddhanta opened on his father name Bhakti Vinod Institute BI, but a few years it went. Then after that, if you read the Sajjani Toshni, the Harmonist magazine, that's fortnight magazine. So you'll be seeing in the Bhakti Vinod Institute this week we did this thing, we did this thing. But after that it is closed. Now it is given to mundane school. We should take their schools and make it temples and make it Varnashrama college, but they are taking ours because nobody is able to maintain. Maintain means what? Teachers. We want teachers. Nobody is interested in studying Shastra deeply and understanding the teaching. And how institute will run? We are interested in the mainly the attractive services where there is more money and more fame, name, attraction. Then the intellectuals also get attracted for such a things. Then the real crucial services will be pending. Crucial service is learning subject deeply and teaching. Of course, developing the establishing the Varnashrama dharma is a very important point because Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted like this. He doesn't want to see the so-called caste system and they are blaming the Vaishnavas because of their birth. Oh, I am the great Brahmana, I am Chaturvedi, Divedi, this Vedi, that Vedi, Triparti. We are great. No. But Vaishnavas, they are great. Even they are in the lower birth. So that's why now you give the classification. Now you give actually based upon the holy name, they are all pure and they are now beyond their prarabdha. So even they are anywhere, actually they are dvijas. Now see the quality and give the varna to them. Chatur varna, my assist. Okay, we'll finish. Last two. अधर्मश्च समेधेता लोलुपैर्कुशैर्भिः शयाने त्वयि लोकोऽयं तस्युग्रस्तो विनक्ष्यति. If you give up all thought of world situation, unrighteousness would flourish. For men who hanker only after money would be unopposed. Such a miscreants would attack and the world would perish. माने कर्दमनी बोलते हैं तो यदि आप अपना राजा के काम नहीं करेंगे तो पूरा दुनिया बर्बाद हो जाता है. इसीलिए आप बहुत महान हैं. अतापि पृच्छे त्वां वीरा यदर्थं त्वमिमागतः तद्वयं निर्व्यलीकेन प्रतिपद्यामहे हृदा. In spite of all this, I ask you, oh valiant king, the purpose for which you have come here, whatever it may be, we shall carry it out without रिजर्वेशन. सबको पता है क्या है किसके लिए आया. आपको जो भी चाहिए मैं विदाउट रिजर्वेशन वो कर दूंगा. थैंक यू वेरी मच. ओके, we'll end here. So anyway, we'll stop anything at before 6. Okay. Now class we have na after some time break for 30 minutes break. Okay, 4:15 we'll meet again and we'll discuss our 10 ways. अभी तो देवदत्त तो खोज रहे हैं कौन सा बढ़िया प्रमाण. Attendance. I forgot actually. Adi Gop Nimai Prabhu, absent na? Akhilatma Ram Prabhu. Amrit Gaur Prabhu. Huh?
Half present. Second half.
Second half I am asking for second half only. Second half. Absent, huh? Huh? Ananta, I'm taking attendance for second half only. Ananta Raghav Prabhu. Das Raghunath Prabhu. Present. Daya Sundar Nitai Prabhu. Kala Gauranga Prabhu. Mohan Shyam Prabhu. Nam Govind Prabhu. Faridabad, absent. Natwar Gopinath Prabhu.
Absent.
Padmalochan Ram Prabhu. Panchajanya Pani Prabhu.
Present.
Rajendra Hari Prabhu. Present, huh? Ramanishta Prabhu. Sarva Pujya Golokpati Prabhu. Shanta Gopinath Prabhu. Sham Sundar Sakha Prabhu. Sita Ram Hari Prabhu. Subuddhi Rai Prabhu. Umapati Prabhu. Vasudam Prabhu. Vasudeva Jeevan Prabhu. Actually, they went to Kumbh Mela, I think. Where Chaitanya Prabhu. Akrur Bhakta Prabhu. Bhadra Nitai Prabhu. Gopi Bhav Prabhu. ये मैं नहीं पता, ये मैं अभी से स्टार्ट। अच्छा और भी है क्या? वो अच्छा और भी है, और भी थी। कृपालु माधव प्रभु। मित्र सुदामा प्रभु। पांडव प्रेम प्रभु। एब्सेंट। प्रद्युम्न भक्त प्रभु। उपानंद गोप प्रभु। विजय उपेंद्र प्रभु। वीर चैतन्य प्रभु। आराध्य गदाधर प्रजन। अच्छा अच्छा ये मॉर्निंग
मॉर्निंग शिफ्ट है।
मॉर्निंग
नहीं
नहीं बना है।
रिकॉर्डिंग इज स्टॉप। रिकॉर्डिंग इज स्टॉप।